Alright, recording again. It's me again, back at the Boars. At the end of my last recording, I mentioned the results, and it was said that longer casting times very possibly do more damage. So for this time I had a restat. So I've still got the countdown, which is going to be a 1 casting time. We've already tested that an instant only gets 1/3 of the skill attack max. And let's see. Meanwhile, the last test we did was when countdown to hollow point, and they both went up by about 375, but we didn't test it too extensively, so we're going to go ahead and go back and do this. So first off, without Hawkeye, let's go ahead and figure out countdown's damage, or at least headshot's damage, sorry. Headshot being a 5-second cast, so I'm going to have to do this whenever I can. Critical for 3012. Going to have to remember that, come back to it later. Alright, so first off, countdown. So, 198 cast. Let's go ahead and wait for that to recharge. 201. That was a critical for 281. 205. Alright, so 190s to early 200s. Go ahead and put on a Hawkeye, see what the difference is. Countdowning. 457. 463. So we said 190s earlier. 190s to early 200s. It goes up by 325. So let's go ahead and double check this. Oh, wasn't paying attention that time. My fault. Alright, so we're recording the countdown. 458. So 458, it was early at 190. So we'll say 200. So actually it doesn't get the full effect of Hawkeye. Countdown with a 1-second cast time goes up by about, let's say, oh, that's 456. So we'll say 450, 200. It only goes up by about 250, which, actually I don't know what that percentage is. Gonna have to do some math here. 450 divided by, not 450, 250 out of 325. Divide all of those by 25, so that way it's 5 by 13, 5/13. Ouch, that's not even easy. But no, that doesn't make sense. Oh well, it's more than 50% increase. Gonna go ahead and test this one more time. 457. So 450 seems to be the 190. So we'll say it doesn't get the full effect of Hawkeye at 1 second. I'll go back and do math later if you guys want me to. Gonna go ahead and start testing hollow points without Hawkeye. 1362. I think we already tested this and said it was in 13s and change. Critical for 1900. Critical for 1900. Critical for 1800. Critical for 1900. Critical for 1900. Alright, so it looks like we're going to go by criticals for this. No, criticals always increase damage. We won't know how Hawkeye affects it. So let's try to get some more normals. 1300 and change. 1300 and change. Alright, so base hollow point is going to be 1300 and change. Going to go ahead and cast Hawkeye. See this out. Hollow pointing 1600. And it goes up by about exactly 300. Still doesn't seem like we're getting the full extras. Gonna have to wait for some mana. One more little regeneration. Alright, gonna go do one more hollow point. 1670. So yep, it goes up by about exactly 300. Still not the full 325, but it goes up by about 300, which is a very slight improvement. It went up about 250 on countdown with 1 second. Goes up about 300 with the extra second added, or not goes up by 300, it goes up by about 50 approximately. Still relatively similar. It could be only going up by 250 plus and not be quite so certain. Let's go ahead and start trying a Sonic Blast with Hawkeye. Up, critical, 2300. Let's try to get one without it critically. We're going to be testing both Headshot and Sonic Blast. Going to take off Hawkeye for this. So let's try to find base damage for Headshot and Sonic. I'm only going to try to get about 3 of these normal. Alright, so Headshot's critical for 3010. Going to try to get a non-critical Headshot and go off that, because it's very hard to get a non-critical Headshot with the 54 additional crit rate. Alright, so 1292 for one Sonic. That's normal. I'm going to be doing most of the waiting for the cooldowns. 1292 for one normal Sonic. Going to be waiting 5 more seconds. Oh, that was countdown. My mistake. Going to go ahead and hit Sonic. 1300. One more. This is going to be a casting time of 3 seconds instead of 2 or 1. Just an FYI. And I didn't see that there was a normal hit behind it, but I didn't see it. 1800. Waiting for another one. I'm going to try to line up 2 this time. Or 3. 10 more seconds. Gonna just go ahead and fire this. Let's see if we can check the damage. 1290, 1290. Alright, so about 1300. Gonna go ahead and turn on Hawkeye. Actually, before we turn on Hawkeye, gonna go ahead and try to get another normal Headshot. It's only a variance of about 40-ish or so. Up, 2154. So in the 2100s. Alright, gonna go ahead and Hawkeye so we can see what the difference is for Sonic Blast. Critical for 2300. Trying another Sonic. 1600, 1650. We were saying 1290 earlier. So that goes up by about actually 300, 350, which is kind of amazing because it's actually higher than the skill attack max at 3 seconds. So maybe there is some credit to this. More damage if. Could just be a higher end damage modifier. Gonna go ahead and hit another Sonic Blast. Check the difference again. 1665. Before we were at 1300, so we're going up by about 350, which is, like I said, more than the increased skill attack max. Before we were about 175 less for countdown, and then we were about 25, like we're missing the 25. We were only missing 25 for that one, so it went up by about 50 damage in between here, and now it's gone up about another 50 damage for another second. One more Sonic Blast just to double check. Actually, that one was cancelled. My fault. Not supposed to animation cancel. 1666. Alright, so goes up about 350. Going to go ahead and Headshot this breeding boar with Hawkeye. It's going to go ahead and critical for 3600. So gonna have to end the recording and restart the recording when another Headshot's recharged, because Headshot takes 90 seconds to recharge. And I don't want to make you guys wait through all of that. So I'm gonna head and end the recording and see you guys in like, a few seconds for you guys. Alright, re-recording again. Gonna be testing another Headshot. Gonna be doing this in and out. I'm gonna try not to move so much next time. still Hawkeye, and 3600 again. So our critical seem to be at 3600. I'm trying to get a non-critical headshot for you guys. So, see you guys in a second, again. Alright, testing one other headshot while Hawkeye is on.
User
Another critical
disconnected
for
from your channel.
3600. Alright, so since we did all the other tests on normal, I am going to be persistent and keep waiting. Alright, one more headshot coming up. Hitting 6. That's my bind for headshot. And another critical for 3600. So, looks like, to be lazy, because I'm not too hardcore of a researcher person, I'm just going to go ahead and remove Hawkeye, and the next few headshots will be off criticals, except without Hawkeye. Ending recording, see you guys also in a second. You're going to hear this several times. Headshots done. Headshotting again, a little bit of lag there. And a critical for 300. So that's 600 more on crit, approximately. Already goes up by 325. Estimated 50 damage per second added. So we were at 350 or so for 3 seconds. Adding in 2 more seconds would make it 450 more damage. Which sounds right, but I'm going to wait for another headshot to see if I can get a 3100 crit with normal headshot before I say that. That's pretty finalized. So, see you guys in a second. By the way, sorry that this is all going to be so jumpy because of the different headshot bits I'm going to have to add in individually. And trying to get a critical one. Oh, nope, just 2100. Wow, non-critical headshot. We've only had 2 of those so far in the recording. I'm going to try our luck again in a second. Alright, so once again, trying to get another critical to verify. Critical for 3000. So, there is a higher jump in Hawkeye. In fact, I'd almost say it's double for headshot. But we don't know if it goes up by a set rate for each second or if it's set for each of these 4 skills that have a set casting time. So remember, for instance, it's going to be going up by about 1/3 or 100 of your whatever your Hawkeye skill attack increases by. For countdown, it's going to be about 75 less, whatever 75 less is. Sorry, gonna hurry up and open up a calculator for you guys so you guys can see the percentage in this recording. Alright, so gonna go ahead, check it out. Alright, so it's gonna be 275 out of 350, 325. Alright, you're only gonna get about 4/5, a little more than 4/5 of the damage with that your skill attack will say with 1 second casting time shots. For 2 second casting time shots, it went up by 50. So that'll put us, actually that'll put us right at 325. So about 2 points Hawkeye. Actually, it only goes up by 50. I apologize. But if this only goes up by 275 and this goes up to 325, then yeah, that was the listed amount. So that was misinformation earlier. So hollow point being 2 seconds is going to be giving you the listed increased skill attack, because Hawkeye is hollow point is the main skill to use when you use Hawkeye. I'm going to have to go back in the recording and check this later. And then after that, it seemed to go up by 50 in between these seconds. So once again, I'm going to go to 375 over 325, and that's going to be giving you 115, 116% of your damage is going to go up. And then when you add 2 more seconds and do the headshot skill or 5 second cast times, it's going to give you about double your Hawkeye listed skill attack max. And this is for you, newbie. So going to be ending this recording, cobble it all together, and submit it to YouTube. So hope you enjoyed this testing. You were right on this one, just not right on the first one. So Observious signing off.